Hi, everybody. Sorry, anyone who tried to join in a little bit earlier. OBS was showing significant drops in frames, and it was showing instead of 4 stars, like one red bar for signal strength. So I had to restart everything. Okay, so everything should be back up and working now, hopefully. It was strange. Let's... Okay. Alrighty then. How was everybody's weekend so far? Hopefully good. Uh, ours mostly considered of house cleaning and running errands. Which is perfectly fine because sometimes you just gotta knock out the adult stuff. So I am just kind of jumping right into it. If anyone wants to hang out and chat, feel free. Ask questions, comment, make fun of me, the usual stuff. The goal tomorrow is to do a bit of a longer, more involved stream. Maybe, or most likely earlier. Want to make some kolaches, which will be baking involved, and then we'll do a meal afterwards. Haven't figured out what that's going to be, just knowing we'll eat something. I just remembered I saved some onion from yesterday as well. So pulling that out in a minute. Please let me know if the stream starts to look choppy, so we can try and figure out what the cause is. I'm hoping it would just by restarting everything, we've given it fresh eyes, as it so to say. Where did I put that onion? Jalapeno. Onion. We're having a grass sale right now in our neighborhood. And the weather couldn't be better for it. All next week it's supposed to be high 80s, 90s, and rain. Which I don't care about the rain. The rain's fine. Other than we've had quite a substantial amount of rain recently. That's a lot for my liking, but it is what it is. We're going to hit onion compared to the other single red bell pepper, but that's fine. We wash this one. I don't have a recipe that I'm following for this meal. I'm kind of just shooting from the hip, which is fine by me. You don't have to have a recipe for everything, and sometimes that's encouraged. Understand the basics for how things are cooked. You don't always need a recipe. Missed a little bit. These. A little bit of that one. There we go. Got one again. This is why I put a cloth down underneath these plastic cutting boards. Love to move around. Okay. Try that. And let's do that. So I'm going to dice these. Oh, I'm glad the second part of my stream notification went out from the redoing it. It's always funny that that's sometimes delayed and sometimes it's like immediate. See if we can get most of this in that. So this casserole, essentially, we're going to make parts, and then we're going to bake it at the end. We've got why has the stream paused? Okay, we're dropping frames again. Is it Halo? I swear to goodness, it's Halo. I don't know what it is today, but you can kind of look into it, figure it out. Well, I got some cheese here I'm going to shred. The cheese sauce. I've got a block of standard cheddar if I need to. This is extra short cheddar if we need extra cheese, which very well put. Cheese is crumbly. Bring this a little bit closer. So it does seem like I'm completely on the other edge of the world. Okay. There's one thing of one block of cheese. Let's do the other one. What do you think the technique is? Is it long ways? Is it short ways? I should have personally froze this to make this easier. Well, so I do have my oven already going. It's preheated, and then I have my water for my noodles already going. Just trying to get the inside. There we go. Okay. Cheese grated. Okay. So let's go ahead and start getting some more stuff here. We'll go ahead and start with the veggies. Give them a little bit of a head start before we cheese sauce is the very last thing we do before we come in. I am going to use the same pan that we use for everything else. Try to make it easy. So, cheese sauce, evaporated milk, our seasonings. I am going to add a little bit of cornstarch to the cheese. Okay. I'm going to flake the cornstarch everywhere, and then I'm going to add it to the cheese. Every time you think you got it clean, cornstarch in this case is the thickening agent for the cheese. You don't really need it when you're using evaporated milk because there's a lot of extra fat in evaporated milk, which helps it stay emulsified. But it is your best. That's what I say. Cornstarch, cheese. Okay. How are we doing over here? That feels warm. This is a little chili powder. A little garlic salt. Draw out that moisture. Pepper. I'm going to repeat this until we get our meat in there. There we go. Very yummy. All right, we got boiling water over here. Noodles need approximately 7 minutes. Okay. I think the veggies got a nice little start there. Go ahead and get our meat in here. Once again, a little seasoning. All right, so we're gonna brown our meat. I drain my corn. I just drained my corn. Hey, good evening. This looks good. Popcorn Braden. Hey, welcome. Thank you. I'm kind of just throwing stuff together. This is kind of a mishmash meal, which is perfectly good because everything in here tastes great together. How are you doing? You having a good weekend? Yeah, nice chill weekend, thanks. So that's good. Uh, Mine's been pretty much about the same. Just ran errands and cleaned the house a little bit. Went through the pantry and got rid of some stuff that's past its due date. But other than that, it's been pretty nice. Weather's been fantastic. We've had a lot of rain recently, so it's been about, I don't know, 73, 74 degrees with some wind. It's been nice. All right, let's check one of these noodles and see where we are. Noodles are close. So this is a ground beef, onion, some sweet corn, and green pepper. I'm kind of going for like a cross between like a chili macaroni with like a little bit of a Mexican influence. So I'm gonna make a white cheese sauce with like some peppers and tomatoes to pour on this, and then I've got the noodles. And then I'm going to cook it in the oven with like some breadcrumbs on top to get kind of a toasted breadcrumbs to it, like you would with like a nicer macaroni and cheese. I don't know if it'll 100% be the greatest thing ever, but it should be pretty darn good. Okay. Macaroni, let's turn that off. Alright, we're going to need to drain some of this. Alright, 1 second. Alright, drain some of that fat. Comfort food right here. Yeah, it pretty much is. No recipe. I'm just kind of throwing together stuff that's good. So it's gonna be like a half chili mac, half Mexican casserole. Is kind of what I'm aiming for. Okay, just trying to get this mixed, and then we're getting our cheese sauce going, and then we'll add that, and then we will bake it. All right, I'm actually going to pull this and let it start to cool. Oh, sounds delicious. Yeah. I hope so. All right, so this is white cheddar with a little bit of cornstarch and evaporated milk. We're going to try and get a nice emulsified cheese sauce. And if I need to add more liquid, I have some whole milk I can add. We will season this as we go. I want this on medium low. I don't want it to be too hot. I'm actually just going to go ahead and add a little bit of milk now. We have a lot of noodles, but we want decent cheese sauce. I had no idea that this was a gravy whisk. It's been sitting in our whisk drawer forever until I saw something on Instagram about it, about the different types of whisks, and I was like, I thought there was only a whisk. Apparently there are quite a few different ones, and I had no idea this one was specific for gravies and sauces. And I can see why. It is awesome. Lets you get a lot of the bottom without too much effort and hit those corners, which the normal whisk does not achieve very easily. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I get things put away as well. This is a much less of a mess compared to yesterday. The cleanup on that took a good hour, but the overall taste was fantastic, so well worth it. I am hesitant to make spatzel again just for the overall mess. That was probably the thing that made 80% of the mess yesterday. I somehow got it on the counters, the floor, all over the sink, my pants, my shirt. This pan had it all over the side. The colander actually cleaned pretty easily because, we made it and then pushed it through the colander to try and emulate the smaller chunks. And that worked pretty well. I'm going to turn this up just a little bit. And then add a little bit of chili powder. Excuse me. A little bit of cayenne. Black pepper. I think I'm going to add a little bit of cumin too. Yeah. Try and give it a little bit more Mexican taste. All right. And then lastly, we're going to add our rotel. And then as soon as it starts to thicken, we're going to pull it and put it on our... The nice way about using the evaporated milk method for making cheese sauces is generally cheese sauces break really easily because denaturing and the breakdown of cheese leaves a very small window where you can get your cheese. So by adding all the additional fats, you help to keep the emulsification, which is what essentially lets the cheese rebind into a cheese sauce instead of breaking apart into fats and solids. So yeah, that's the secret. Or you can get some sodium citrate, also known as NaCHO, yeah, nacho, which is the chemical compound for it, which is also there as a what they put in a lot of processed cheeses to help it stabilize and stay emulsified. You can buy that on its own and use it to help your cheese sauces. It just so happens to also be El Nacho, which I don't know how in the world that happened. I think we're getting close here. I don't see any chunks of cheese that haven't been melted. And I don't want this too thick like you wouldn't like a normal cheese sauce because then uh, it'll be really heavy. I still want it relatively milky, but not so much that it's too bad. Because these noodles are going to absorb a lot of this. We just don't want it dry at the end, and we don't want it so thick that it doesn't get everywhere. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this. Got that there. Getting my dish ready. So yeah, this will thicken up and absorb in the oven. All right, let's see if my dish will hold it. Trying to make sure I get the moisture everywhere. Okay. I'm actually going to make an executive decision and shred some cheese on top. I think it'll look better. I'm being completely honest. Turn the burner off. This cheese is nice and cold. and it is shredding easily. Wish once we started it was like that. Okay. Start with this, see where we're at. Okay, good enough. That was about 2/3. We are going to put breadcrumbs on this too, so I'm not trying to like overload it with cheese. All right, so I'm going to cook these one at a time. So I'm going to go ahead and do the breadcrumb on this one. Dang, this has some good looking hot dish. Getting your major cheese on, yeah. Cheesy breadcrumb topping. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this one in. We'll check it in about 15 minutes. And then we'll keep shredding cheese to do this other one. Okie dokie. Okay. Nice and cheesed up. Let's get some breadcrumbs going. Nice, cheesy, and crispy. Can't go wrong with that. All right, so while we wait, time for a bit of a cleanup. Okay, so Let's see if we can get the pans I need to hand wash done before this ends. All right. Using the cheese block. Why did you turn off? I don't know that you care, but I'm going to wash my dishes real quick. Always handling your knife, especially if you have a nice one. And dry it so it doesn't stain. Alright. Next up, whisk. Peas pan. Last but not least, meat pan. Dry the steel stuff. Last thing, I have a lid I used. This down. Serving spoon. You guys back up there. And then wipe down the island, and the oven. Four minutes. And then we'll check and see how our stuff is looking. There's our other one. Some leftover rolls from last night. It's looking cheesy. Plate. A bowl for my wife. I should probably cut some parsley now that I think about it. Get a little fresh parsley for garnish. We're going back to this. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we're looking at. See how it looks in exactly 2 minutes. I just put it on broil to speed the process along. Because the cheese is melted, the breadcrumbs are still not as toasted as I would prefer. So, and I found one more pot lid I didn't clean. All the pot lids have been cleaned. Everything's done. Got a minute on that. I'm going to pull it regardless of how it looks. I say that, but I may very well put it back in. I've got a backup just in case that one sucks. Is spraying this one with butter cheating? Most definitely. But I got exactly what I wanted out of it. All right, put the other one in. Hey! That scared you?
Yeah, come on, because I saw you pull one. I didn't know you were coming to get me.
I apologize.
Not a big deal. It looked tasty. Grant and I were commenting on it.
Were you?
Yeah, well, when we finished
Kind of just started together.
Halo and you okay?
Yeah, I'm just hoping it's not dry.
Because all the liquid kind of.
Yeah,
It should have steamed up kind of into it, shouldn't have?
That's the hope. I mean, I want it to be like Hamburger Helper-esque.
He said it looked like an upgraded version of Hamburger Helper.
Can you smile?
Oh, are they?
Yeah. What did you? Oh, is that?
It's all up in there.
I didn't know what it was. I was like, is this scurvy?
No.
Do you want to scoop this?
Yeah,
You can always brush if you need to.
well, I was going to go after I fix it and break it. Because it's like, my gum line's like blue.
Where it's going to impact your teeth.
Brushing my teeth? Or the blue?
This. It may impact how it tastes when you brush your teeth, though.
I can eat this first.
That's what I would suggest.
Yeah, that's why it's blue.
Okay, it's not dry. It's got some moisture in there, so that's a win.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
I got some parsley to put on there. All over?
Just give me a second. Yeah. I mean, yeah. All over's fine.
I hate it when it clumps in one spot.
Well, we've got tweezers. If you want to do it with your fingers.
So excited that's going to stop here soon. Is that good, or should it?
What happened to these?
Probably got bent somewhere along the line. You bent it back.
What are you upset about?
Nothing. I was talking about the speaker turning itself off again.
Oh, that's what that sound was?
Yes, that's the speaker turning off.
I didn't know.
That's why it's annoying. Just does the opposite noise.
That's true.
Do you think some like fresh cracked black pepper would go good on it?
I actually think it just looks good
Okay.
like that, but it's up to you. I'm just grabbing it.
It'll be warm.
It will be.
I also haven't warmed these up whatsoever, so these rolls are cold, but they might be worth dipping. They may not be worth.
Does that look alright?
Yeah. Try it?
Yeah?
Me too.
You want this too?
We're going to need another utensil anyway.
I prefer forks, but.
Oh, okay. I think this lends itself to a spoon, but
Yeah.
don't be fickle.
I am. Just in my nature.
Bring this a little closer to me. As you can see, we got a nice crispy, cheesy exterior. You can see the meat, the onion, corn, tomatoes.
Did you put that rotel in there?
Yes.
I guess I should put it in. Looks hot.
Chow is rating me with a party of 13. Thanks, Chow. Welcome. How did your steak night go? Did you redeem? Chow Raid, welcome. We just pulled it out of the oven. We've got kind of a thrown together casserole. It's
It's pretty good.
macaroni noodles, hamburger, some corn, green peppers, onions, kind of a Mexican type
Like
fancy hamburger helper slash chili mac slash like Mexican casserole. It's delicious. I did set off the smoke detector, but fortunately the steak was already done and resting. Perfect. Thank you for the follow, Gearwolf. Appreciate that. Welcome. I don't know that my casserole here can match what Chow made, but it's pretty darn good. But yeah, we made a cheese sauce with evaporated milk and white cheddar, and then a bit of rotel, kind of like a queso blanco. And then we mixed that with the vegetables and macaroni and beef. Then I made a cheddar breadcrumb topping that we went ahead and threw in the oven. It's pretty tasty. It's just very hot.
leftover roll from yesterday.
Sounds delicious. Yes, it's quite good. It's got a little bit of kick to it from the cayenne. I may have went a little heavy on that because I like it with a little bit of spice. And we have rolls from leftover or that are left over from yesterday. I don't know how useful they are.
It is really good. I know you were worried about it being dry, but it's not.
Yeah, I was extremely worried that this was going to, like, the noodles were going to absorb it. But I brought the noodles and put them in the beef.
It's really good.
So that the kind of little bit of the beef grease would kind of absorb.
Yeah, it's real good.
Yeah. Yum. What sides did you have with your steak, Chow? Baked potato, mashed potato, green beans, asparagus, corn on the cob. Would you just eat a steak by itself? Mashed potatoes and sauteed broccolini. Ooh.
I love broccolini.
You pretty much made my wife's favorite meal. Well, she has a lot of favorite meals, but every single one of those is a hit.
This is really tasty.
You like it?
Yeah, I know you just kind of threw it together, but it's real good.
I have another one that's smaller in the oven.
I saw.
Because apparently going with 1.5 pounds of beef and 1 pound of noodles ended up with a lot of leftovers. So
yeah,
hope you like this for lunch.
It'll be a delicious lunch. It'll probably be really good heated up.
I sauteed the broccolini in the cast iron the steaks were in, so in butter, beef fat, etc. Now that's just talking dirty. That sounds delicious. You'd get a lot of nice flavor, and your broccoli would cook pretty quick. Add like a little pinch of lemon to them. We really like roasting ours in the air fryer in the oven with like a little bit of olive oil, garlic, salt, pepper, and sometimes like some fresh Parmesan. That's great for broccoli, asparagus, green beans. We have done some like broccoli in Mornay sauce, so like a creamed broccoli. It's kind of funky looking, but it's delicious. You bet. Lemon, garlic, chili flakes. Why did I even say anything? You already knew. What a pro.
Did you put that green pepper in here?
Yeah.
Good.
Just a green bell peppers. I have the 2 jalapenos in there tomorrow for kolaches, but I really thought about throwing them in since I'm going to the... Oh! Hey, bud. Come here, buddy. Let's scoot this back a little. There we go. You sit. Oh, sit. Don't look at her. Look at me. Sit. People, come on, sit.
It's like he knows he's on camera.
Good boy. Can you shake? Shake. Shake.
Skipper.
Shake. Good boy. Come on up. There we go. Why are you being difficult? You did this just fine yesterday. Kolaches sound good. I'm glad somebody actually knows what kolaches are. They're only in Texas, and then they've kind of moved north in the last couple of years. We have kolache factory out here. I'm going to try and make some sweet and savory ones tomorrow. It'll be my first time. So I hope they come out okay, but it's going to be a bit of a longer stream doing that. Boop. Who's there? Good boy. The most beautiful and goodest boy. You're correct. He is the goodest boy. If he would not chew on his tail, he wouldn't have to be in a cone. Ooh.
He's just itchy. He's got an allergy.
Yeah, we got him an allergy shot. I think we told you guys that yesterday. So hopefully that should help with stopping any further hot spots from getting on there. I like the crust. The cheesy crunch.
I like all of it.
We have them in Amarillo where I lived there. I seem to have followed to Wisconsin.
They're slowly making their way around.
At Gear Wolf, yeah. Dr. Rich made schnitzel last night and paella earlier this week. Yeah, it was delicious. The paella came out pretty good. Hi, bud. All right, last one. Just because you're cute. The first time I've made paella, and I made a chicken thigh and shrimp paella with arborio rice because I couldn't find bamba. It turned out really good. My silk wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't burnt, so I'll take that as a victory. And then the schnitzel last night, well, still more left, so kind of speaks for itself.
Can I get water?
Yes. Schnitzel is one of your favorite dishes? Yeah, a good fried pork cutlet with like some mushroom gravy, Jaeger style, the way to go. We had ours plain, and we did a couple Casserole for my wife, and they were great. Did a nice little squeeze of lemon and some flaky salt. Wonderful. There should be a lot of good German places up there in Wisconsin, though. Hell yeah, I ordered Jaeger Schnitzel with Spatzel last night because of me. Yeah. What can I say? I'm a bad influence. In the right ways. What's your favorite type of kolache? Do you like the sweet or the savory? We're gonna try and make a mix. We've got some like apple pie filling to do some apple ones. We have some pineapple preserves, and then for sure we're going to be doing the cream cheese type filling with the fruit ones. And then for savory, we've got some sausages that we'll put some like cheese and jalapeno in, and then we'll try and do some with like egg filled ones. Yeah, we have good restaurants here that make amazing German food. I like savory. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like the biscuits and gravy one. Well, I mean, it's just gravy, sausage gravy inside of a kolache, which is fantastic. And then like the sausage filled ones. And then the kolache factory where we go to get them also has a croissant that's just filled with eggs, ham, and cheese, and I love that as well. Oh, come on, out of the way! I gotta pull the last one. Ooh, it's not done. Let's try that for a little bit longer. All right, let's get another little. Let's clean up this corner. Yeah, we're gonna do that tomorrow, and then dinner, and then I plan on streaming Monday and Tuesday. I don't know what Monday it'll be, but Tuesday, I know for sure I'm gonna be doing a blueberry pie. I've got some frozen wild blueberries in the freezer that I picked up at the store today, and then I'm gonna get some fresh strawberries to kind of do a mix to have a little bit more complex flavor. I haven't decided if I'm going to try and make the dough from scratch or if I'm going to buy some pre-made dough. Because I would have to make the dough on Monday ahead of time, and I'm going to be in my work. At work, I'll be in the office, so I won't have as much time as I normally do. So we'll see if I decide to cut corners or not. Of course, being back up north, we have pasties, which are great. And again, I prefer the savory ones. What are pasties? Pasties?
Pasties.
Pasties are the things you put over your nipple. But pasties.
I think it's, I don't know.
I'm unfamiliar with the food version. Was the roll worth it, or did it add any value?
I just like bread, so it was tasty, but no, I really liked it just on its own.
Okay.
And I like that there's a heat to this that's not like a lot, but it's enough.
I think they're hand pies. Oh, okay. Like the fried hand pies? When I was a kid, they used to have those at like every store. You can get them like 99 cents. They aren't as good as like the fresh made ones from bakeries, but growing up, it was a treat to get something like that. Like Cornish pastries, they're British. Oh, they're dough filled with toppings, usually meat and potatoes, but they can be made sweet too, sort of like kolaches, but bigger. Okay, you have my attention. I'm going to have to look these up. There may be a pasty stream in the future. Because bigger sometimes is better. Should I go ahead and throw it under the broiler for a minute, or should I just keep letting it chug along?
How long did the other one take?
I did 17 minutes and then I put it under the broiler for 2.
What's this one at?
21 minutes. Okay.
It's littler, isn't it?
Yeah. Maybe I'll just do a minute under the broiler. I was basically just looking for whenever it changed colors. It's like a British calzone. I mean, does that mean it's fancy and I have to hold my finger up? I'm kidding. I love British food. I've been very tempted to do fish and chips. But my wife doesn't eat seafood, so I'd have to find something for her to do. And she doesn't generally like the smell of it. So I wait for her to like have dinner with her friends or be on a business trip to pull out the seafood usually. Woodpecker is there. Ugh, I love cooking fish, but hate how it makes my apartment smell for weeks. I'm not gonna lie. When I made that seared snapper, it was pretty tasty. But every time I walked into my house, I felt like I smelled fish for like days. And my wife has a very sensitive nose, and she was like, "No, I don't smell anything."
I smelled it when I did the dishes.
This one isn't as toasted, but I don't want to burn. But I can definitely hear it sizzling. When I made my blackened haddock tacos, it was literally 2 weeks of fish in it. Ooh, that'd be rough. I get kind of, I kind of am not a big fan of the fish smell. I mean, who is? But if it's not there for too long, I'll stop noticing it. But if it's like heavy and bad, ugh, it can be very off-putting. So I think the goal is next time we go to a friend's house and make fish there. Let them deal with it. Enjoy the free food and the free smells. Okay. You want any more of this? You can have thirds if you want. I don't
No,
care.
I'm good right
Okay.
now.
You want to like get ice cream or something?
I need to brush my teeth.
Yeah, you should go get the blue out of your teeth.
Diabolical.
I left you the blue on purpose.
I know.
It was your favorite color. Yeah, so that's why I'm so hesitant. Otherwise, I'd make fried fish sandwiches. Yeah, also cute. That woodpecker is just going to town on our food and then straight back to our brand new tree. What a pain. I got really into bird watching. Not like super into it, but like I got a couple of bird feeders and put them on the trees in the backyard. One of them is a year old, the tree, and the other one we got this year. And we've gotten all kinds of like songbirds and other stuff, but these two woodpeckers keep showing up and going right after that new tree. And I hear that's quite bad for a new tree to get woodpecked. So I think we're going to go cover the spot he's been pecking to see if that stops him, or at least takes him to a new spot. But every time I look out there and see him, I'm like, it's like a Woody Woodpeck thing. Little ice cream date after dinner. Yeah, I know that's the only thing I can get to motivate her is let's get dessert.
Well, and the dog gets a little something too out of it.
The dog does also get some.
Because if we ever come home with empty like ice cream containers, he looks so sad and betrayed.
Yeah, he does. I made the mistake of bringing him home one time, and now he's learned that if he sees those containers, he has to have one. Very entitled, but he's a good dog, so he deserves it. All right, folks. Since we're gonna go get ice cream, I'm gonna start to put this stuff away. Hopefully, we'll see you guys tomorrow for when we try and knock out some of these kolaches. If not, join in later and we'll make dinner. I appreciate the raid from Chow and all the people who hung out, chatted, lurked. You guys make this fun. Appreciate all of you. And if you enjoyed, do throw me a follow. The support always helps. I am going to go find somebody else to raid to share the love. So just hold on for a minute. And then feel free to check out the Instagram if you want to see other stuff I've made. Or there's a YouTube link now for any of the VODs that have disappeared off Twitch that I will continue to upload to. So thank you guys. If I don't see you, enjoy the rest of your weekend. But hold on, we're going to find someone to raid real quick.